Flags are more than just colored cloth waving in the wind. They are powerful symbols that tell the story of a nation's identity, its values, and its history. Today, we're taking a journey across Africa, exploring the stories behind some of the continent's most fascinating flags, their symbolism, and the cultural significance woven into every stripe, star, and color. Ethiopia's flag is not only one of the oldest in Africa, but it also holds deep significance across the entire continent. Unlike most African nations, Ethiopia was never colonized, apart from a brief occupation by Italy from 1936 to 1941. This incredible history of resistance and independence made Ethiopia a symbol of hope for African nations struggling to free themselves from colonial rule. The green, yellow, and red colors of Ethiopia's flag became known as the Pan-African colors, representing the broader African struggle for freedom and unity. But what do these colors symbolize? Green represents the land, agriculture, and fertility. Yellow stands for peace and hope. Red symbolizes the bloodshed by those who fought for independence. Ghana's flag. One of the first countries to adopt the Pan-African colors was Ghana, the first sub-Saharan African nation to gain independence from colonial rule in 1957. Ghana's flag, designed by Theodosia Oko, draws directly from Ethiopia's flag, incorporating red, yellow, and green to symbolize the nation's rich land, resources, and sacrifices made for freedom. But Ghana took it a step further, adding a black star to represent the African people and the fight for unity across the continent. Ghana's first president, Kwame Nkrumah, was a strong advocate of Pan-Africanism and believed that Ghana's independence would inspire the rest of Africa to follow suit. Guinea, Mali, and Senegal. Following Ghana's example, several other African nations adopted the Pan-African colors as they gained independence from colonial powers in the 1950s and 1960s. Countries like Guinea, Mali, and Senegal embraced green, yellow, and red in their flags to symbolize unity, freedom, and the hope for a prosperous future. Each of these nations adapted the colors to reflect their own unique histories and cultures, but the core message was the same. African nations were stepping out of the shadow of colonialism, united in their fight for freedom and self-determination. Zimbabwe's flag. In southern Africa, the influence of Pan-Africanism was felt even in Zimbabwe, a country that endured a long and brutal war for independence. Zimbabwe's flag, adopted in 1980 after the end of white minority rule, features the iconic Pan-African colors as a testament to its journey toward liberation. The green symbolizes the country's lush land. Yellow represents the nation's mineral wealth, red is for the bloodshed during the liberation struggle, and black stands for the African people. The white triangle with a red star symbolizes peace and the aspirations of the people for a prosperous future. South Africa's flag. Next, we move to South Africa, a country whose flag is as complex as its history. South Africa's flag, adopted in 1994 after the end of apartheid, symbolizes a new chapter in the nation's history. The Y shape represents the convergence of South Africa's diverse cultures and the path toward unity. The colors hold layers of meaning. Black, green, and yellow are taken from the African National Congress (ANC) flag, which represents the anti-apartheid struggle, while red, white, and blue come from the Dutch and British colonial flags, acknowledging the country's colonial past. The flag of Kenya. Kenya's flag, adopted in 1963 when the country gained independence from Britain, is a striking blend of symbolism and history. The black represents the Kenyan people, the red is for the bloodshed during the fight for independence, and the green represents the country's fertile land. But the most distinctive part of Kenya's flag is the Maasai shield and crossed spears. The Maasai, a proud warrior people, are known for their resistance to colonization, and their shield is a symbol of defense and unity. This design emphasizes Kenya's heritage and the strength of its people. Nigeria's flag. Nigeria's flag, though simple, carries deep meaning. Designed by a 23-year-old student named Michael Taiwo Akinkunmi in 1959, The flag features two green stripes, symbolizing the country's vast natural resources and agricultural wealth, while the white stripe represents peace. When Nigeria gained independence in 1960, this flag became a symbol of hope for Africa's most populous nation. Its simplicity is its strength, reflecting a nation that's rich in both land and spirit. As we've seen, the flags of African nations are more than just visual designs. They are living symbols of each country's unique journey, representing their people, their struggles, and their hopes for the future. Which African flag resonates most with you? Let us know.